Hey guys, we are back with some more New York Islanders franchise mode, and in this one, we are going to be getting into free agency, and we have one free agent signing to make. One big free agent signing. Now, the main struggle of this team as of recent years has been the penalty kill. If you take a look at these past playoffs, and in the team stats, we really were not the greatest at the penalty kill. We were down there at 78.9. And at the power play, we were at 19.2. So power play isn't too bad. As a matter of fact, the power play has been our strength over the past, really since we've drafted Andreas Mueller. But the penalty kill, again, has not really ever been where I want it to be. So we're going to go after a player that's really going to help our penalty kill. And that is going to be, as we go into UFA, centers Jonathan Toews. That's right. He wants $4.4 million for the next 2 years. He's 35 years of age, and he looks to still be very good. He was on likely the Chicago Blackhawks first line, 77 points last year, 157 shots, 17 power play points. He's a good face-off taker as well. 81 hits, 16 block shots, good ratio for the takeaways to giveaways. He's the perfect veteran for this team to help us out with our penalty kill issues, and he fits within our salary cap as well. He only wants 4.4. We have 5.9 remaining, so I figured Toews would be the perfect player to go after. Now, he does want 2 years, but I'm only going to give him one, as we know how those long-term veteran contracts work. So I'll give him 4.75 for 1 year for Jonathan Toews. So, yeah, that's the only free agent signing we're making here. I feel like it will help us a lot, obviously, with the penalty kill. But I don't think he'll fit into the top 6 just because we have so many young guys to play. But he will definitely be on the third line, and then definitely the first line penalty kill, 3-man penalty kill. He will definitely help us out there. So we're going to see if we get Jonathan Toews here, and that is, again, as I've said, the only thing we are doing here in this free agency. Actually, you know what? Let me just make sure that we have scouts signed and everything. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting that. Yeah, I don't think there's any upgrades I really need to make. Well, Svensson and LA. Let's see if we can make any upgrades there. So I'll fire Debian and Fical just to see what's out there. So let's see. Both European scouts. Well, actually, the Allsvenskan guy was Scandinavian scout, and then the other was European. So we'll see. So Jeffrion, B-. Yeah, this guy is good with the NLA, so we will sign him. Francois Jeffrion. And we will go for a Scandinavian scout. There's only C's there. Alright, you know what? We may as well just re-sign. Where is he? Did he already get picked up by another team or something? What was his name? I forget. Jeez. He was definitely a C, I know that much. Was he just not Scandinavian? Is he a European scout maybe? And I just had him assigned. Yeah, he was a European scout, but he was scouting in Scandinavia. So we'll just get a Scandinavian scout for this then. Antoine Otterise? Otterise, that's a great name. And he's got an A+ in Allsvenskan as well. So we will sign him, not to 6 years, we'll give him 5 years. There you go. So we appear to be all good with scouts. And now we will go and see if we can get our hands on Jonathan Toews. So let us advance to the 6th to see if we have gotten Jonathan Toews. We have Jeffrion and we have Otterise as scouts now in the organization. And Jonathan Toews has accepted our offer. All right, so penalty kill improvements coming up, boys. But now we will go to the start of year number, I believe we're going into year number 6 now. And this gym was flying by. Here we go. All right, so one thing that we do have to do this year is assign a new alternate captain since we have traded Anders Lee. So Ryan Pulock was already an alternate captain, and then obviously Barzal is the captain, but we have to assign a new alternate. And I think that alternate is going to be Andreas Mueller, as expected, because he's been amazing for us the past 3 years, and he's on his big boy contract now, and he, was one of our first draft picks in this GM mode, who is obviously a stud. So, as obligatory, I suppose, the new alternate captain of your New York Islanders is Andreas Mueller. So now we will go ahead to see our roster and clean things up a little bit, just to see if there's any AHL players on here, but I don't think there should be, as, let's see, forwards, Barzal, Toews, Mueller, Wahlstrom, Ho-Sang, Streit, Ragnarsson, Ottoson, Jankowski, Dzingel, Commodore, Beauvillier, Cizek, Pavelski. That looks good. Let's just check the minors. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so defenseman, Riley, Shea, Duret, Pulock, Dobson, Wild. We're going to need an injury defenseman, which will be Sean Gryba, the Italian, the third-round pick, who was a 48 overall coming into this organization and now making his way to the NHL as a depth defenseman. My goodness. And then in goal, we have Gibson and Jason Hutchinson, our 2019 second-round draft pick, who is ready for the NHL. So let's do the lines now, and we'll see what we have. All right, so I think I have everything figured out here, so we'll go through all the lines here. 5-on-5 forwards, we have Mueller, Barzal, Wahlstrom. Second line, we have Streit, Commodore, and Ho-Sang. Third line, we have Ottoson, Toews, and Ragnarsson. Fourth line, Beauvillier, Jankowski, and Cizek. Defensively, we have Riley and Duret, Shea and Pulock, and then Wild and Dobson. Now, I'm going to explain some things here about the scratched guys. So Gryba obviously is our weakest defenseman, so he is going to be the 7th defenseman. Now, Dzingel and Pavelski, I wasn't too impressed with Ryan Dzingel last year, and neither in the playoffs. He was -3, no points, 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway, so he wasn't really affecting the simulation too much in a positive or negative way. Well, mainly negative, I would guess, since he was a -3 and had no points. So, and he only had 852 of ice time, and he had a penalty as well, so that is why he is scratched to start the year. He is an extra forward, and Joe Pavelski as well. He is 39 years of age. He's starting to, get into that point of his career where he's I guess at this point, a 14th forward. I wanted to have 2 extra forwards this year because just with the amount of injuries that could possibly happen with this team, it doesn't even have to be an injury. It could be somebody struggling, like, say, Tim Cizek or Anthony Beauvillier or Jankowski or really anybody on this roster who's not named, Barzal, Wahlstrom, Mueller, or Streit, or Ho-Sang. Anyone who's not a big name could be potentially filled in for by either Dzingel or Pavelski to see if one of them play better, So it's always good to have that kind of depth. And then power play, we have Mueller, Barzal, Wahlstrom, pretty much the same as 5-on-5, but then you have Wild with Riley. Now, Wild is a shooter, as we've seen in the AHL, 28 goals, 29 goals, and 25 goals in his past 3 seasons in the AHL. So we're going to give him a chance on the power play, alongside of Riley, who's more of the passer, 47 assists, 34, 45, 48. And then second line, you have Streit, Commodore, and Ho-Sang, alongside of Cizek and Shea. Now, since Cizek is on the 4th line still this year, I decided to give him power play time just to sort of increase his ice time a little bit, increase responsibility, give him more of an opportunity to grow. And then Brady Shea, who is obviously an established defenseman for us, been OP on the penalty kill, power play, 5-on-5, you name it, Brady Shea can play it. And 4-man power play is looking like Barzal and Wahlstrom, along with Wild and Riley, and then Mueller and Streit with Toews and Shea. So Toews is obviously really good defensively, so I figured I would use him as a point man on the 4-man power play, just to see if we could get a little bit of extra offense in there as well, as opposed to someone like Ryan Pulock or Noah Dobson. And then the penalty kill is Toews and Beauvillier, along with Shea and Duret, and then Jankowski and Ottoson with Riley and Pulock. Now, Beauvillier, I think this has got to be Beauvillier's last chance on the penalty kill, because He just didn't impress me too much last year. Only 47 hits throughout the entire year. More giveaways than takeaways. He was good on the faceoffs, but that was about it. Well, he did have a fair amount of points as well, 43 for, I think he was on the third line last year. Well, actually, he might have been on the second line for part of the year. I'm not sure. But he is on the fourth line this year, as he, again, didn't have the greatest year last year. So he's going to get fourth line time, but he is also getting penalty kill time with Toews and Shane Durant. So hopefully he can improve defensively there. And then Jankowski and Ottoson and Pulock and Riley. So that is looking good. 3-man penalty kill is Toews, Shea, and Durant. And then Jankowski, Riley, and Pulock. Then 4-on-4 we have Barzal, Wallstrom, Riley, and Durant. And then second line is Streit, Ho-Sang, Shea, and Pulock. And then Mueller and Ragnarsson with Wild and Dobson. 3-on-3 is more or less the same. Barzal, Wallstrom, and Riley. Streit, Ho-Sang, and Shea. And then Mueller, Ragnarsson, and Dobson. Extra attackers are Barzal and Toews. And then the shootout, Streit, Wallstrom, Barzal, Mueller, and Ragnarsson. Pretty much the same as last year. And then goaltenders, Gibson and Hutchinson in net. And obviously scratched are Sean Greiba, Ryan Dzingel, and Joe Pavelski. So there you go. There is the start of your year number 6, New York Islanders. And let's get to some simulating here. Actually, before we do, I just want to make sure that the minors is all sorted out. So I'm going to have Pouliot in the first line this year, along with Kasha and Pekka. And then Dowd, Colasar, Hines. Yeah, I definitely want Hines playing. I feel like he'll be a lot better this year. And then, let's see, defensively, you got John Toibert with Clapperton. And then Artyukin. Oh, yeah, Artyukin. He was I believe he was a first round pick of ours this year, right? No, second round. Okay, so, but I remember he had that medium elite potential, so I definitely want to play him. So, Ray Chung with Artyukin, Enroth, and Reardon. Yeah, I guess down here in the minors, Toibert would be the captain. And then, oh, yeah, Jace Oda as well. He's coming up too. So, and then Pouliot and maybe someone like Dowd or Bastian would be alternate captains. So I will assign the captains for the minors right now, and then we will get on to the simulation. So captains and jerseys, and that would be, it's the computer's saying Pouliot's the captain, but I'm going to give him the A because John Toibert has been with us for such a long time now, and he's still down here in the minors, but he is looking a little bit better. So we're going to give him the captaincy. As I believe this is his, should be his 4th or 5th year here. As we will give Pouliot the A. Yeah, there you go. And let's actually check on that real quick. So edit lines. Toibert. What year is this for him? Is this year 4? Yeah, this is year 4 for John Toibert in the New York Islanders organization. So he's taking his time growing, but he's close. He's very close. He's at 77 overall with the 3 bar right now. So he may actually be a depth defenseman right now. We just don't know for sure. So he's going to be down here for right now. Probably for the remainder of the year, honestly, because, you know, we have Sean Greiba as well. Unless we get like a tremendous amount of injuries on defense, which hopefully doesn't happen, then he's probably going to be down there for the rest of the year, captaining the AHL team. So let's get to some simulating here, as I believe that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything at this point, so we will... do I want to play a game? I mean, it is a pretty good roster. But I do want to get some simulating done as well. So we'll go up to the game against the New York Rangers. Not going to play any preseason games for right now. We have a 5-1 win against the Devils in our first preseason game, and then the 4-0 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Our defense is already looking good, but then again, this is against the, you know, basically the minor league teams of all these teams. So 5-2 loss against the Carolina Hurricanes, not good. 3-2 win against Philly, and then against Pittsburgh, we have a slow simulation. Salary cap compliance, there we go. Pittsburgh, we have, I'm just going to guess a win, because I didn't see any numbers change or anything like that, so we'll assign the scout later. We don't really know much about any of the prospects at the moment, and they'll just auto-assign themselves anyway. So we'll definitely keep a better eye on that roughly halfway through the season, though, this year. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, before I go any further, I believe I forgot to show the awards, which I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't. And I'm pretty sure I didn't. So we're going to show that right now from this past year. The Stanley Cup goes to the Edmonton Oilers. The New York Islanders won the President's Trophy. And then it was Edmonton versus Columbus in the final. As we know that, we got booted out in the third round by Columbus. Art Ross goes to Ovi. Hart Memorial goes to Ovi. Norris goes to Carlson. Lady Byng goes to Patrick Kane. Calder goes to El Clo of the Ottawa Senators. Conn Smythe goes to Frederick Anderson of the Oilers. Vezina goes to Henrik Lundqvist of the Blues. My goodness, he's still... he was still there last year. Jeez. Jennings goes to Vasilevsky. Memorial goes to... Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy goes to Brendan Gooley. Selke goes to McDavid. Ted Lindsay Award goes to Alex Ovechkin. And Maurice Richard, Alex Ovechkin, what's new? So, there you go for awards. Almost forgot, and I kind of did, but at least I remembered. So, we will go into this game here against New York. We may as well do a commentary third period, and then we will just go through it. Go through the rest of October. So, Strite with a goal before we even start the simulation on Georgiev, or Georgiev, is that how you pronounce it? And then Ottoson on Georgiev as well. Second period, goal by Barzal on Georgiev. So, yeah, let's go into it. Up 3-0 against New York Rangers. Look at that, 99 for offense and 98 for defense. Oh my goodness. What an OP team this is. All right, here we go. We're in our black unis. And we're looking good out there. So here we go. Barzal loses that faceoff. And New York will take it. The New York Rangers, I should say. Barzal, the captain, takes that puck into the zone. Dumps in. And Pionk takes it for the New York Rangers. Santini now on the New York Rangers. That's kind of ugly for me. Skinner as well. And Wahlstrom sends that back for Riley. Mueller back for Riley once again. And gets it up to Barzal. Barzal does a little dangle at the blue line. And Mueller tries to get it. And... China kind of chops it away, but the New York Rangers will have a power play here as, Mueller, the new alternate captain, goes to the box. What'd he do? Let's see. That's another, that's got to be slashing. Yep. Seems like all the penalties we've been taking recently are slashing calls. So here we go. We're seeing Toews are out there for the first time in live action in a New York Islanders uniform. So let's see what he can do for us on the penalty kill. Pasternak as well. Jeez. Mantha. So all these new players in the New York Rangers as Gibson will cover up. Seeing a lot of trades, I guess, being made by the New York Rangers, or I guess just free agent signings, but I would guess Pasternak is more of a trade kind of situation since he's so young. Unless they got him as an RFA somehow in free agency and gave up a draft pick or something for him. And Mantha loses that to Ottoson, but poked in deep by him as Keetle down low. Back for Mantha. Mantha with the shot that goes wider than that, and Pulik will clear that around the boards. And number 73 will get that up, but not out. Keetle, shot, and Ottoson will clear. Look at Ottoson's visor. Oh, jeez, the glitches in this game. Is that Shalin? And then up to Pasternak. Mantha takes it in the zone for the Rangers and tries to get that puck on that, but Pulik will get it into the glove of Gibson as he holds on. With 1:17 remaining on the Rangers power play. Beauvillier and Toews out there once again with Shea and Durette. Durette will take that puck and turns it over to Pasternak as he gets the shot off on Gibson. And oh my, what a pass by Gibson over to Shea as that went through the crease a little bit. And what is he doing? Oh my goodness, he is crazy. Number 13 for the New York Rangers just goes barreling into, I was about to say Henrik Lundqvist, but that is not Henrik Lundqvist. He's with the Blues now, or maybe retired, or who knows. But he just goes skating into his own goaltender. What is he thinking? Oh my goodness. As Jonathan Toews takes that face off against Rita, and Buchnevich takes that for the New York Rangers. He'll take it up past his own blue line and gets it to Skinner. Over to Rita. And Hajek over to Buchnevich. Back to Hajek. for Skinner, and nicely intercepted by Jonathan Toews. That's why we got him. And Duret over to Beauvillier. Beauvillier turns it away, and that is a delayed penalty on Anthony Beauvillier for tripping. Oh my goodness. Skinner to Buchnevich as the Rangers are cycling it very nicely on the delayed penalty. Skinner over to Hayek for, and there's just Nussbaumer. The puck's bouncing all over the place as we have a 5-on-3 for the next 30 seconds here. That is not good. Anthony Beauvillier giving you the chance on the penalty kill, and of course you take a penalty on the penalty kill. That's not looking good for you, my friend. It's really not. Oh man. All right, so Jankowski out there now with Riley and Pulock. Let's see what he can do. First game as a New York Islander for Mark Jankowski. Mantha takes that puck for the New York Rangers and gets it back. And oh my, what a centering pass for Philip Keetle as he takes another shot, and Jankowski will clear that out with 19 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Number 13, Shallon almost ran the puck past his own goaltender. Takes that puck into the offensive zone as Mantha tries to take that shot, blocked by Morgan Riley, as Riley will clear it out for the New York Islanders, and that will be it for the 5-on-3 as we resume the 5-on-4 power play for the New York Rangers with 1:25 remaining. Keetle gets it up to Pasternak, number 88. Pasternak finds space, goes to the middle, back to the point for Bigra as Pasternak over to Mantha. Mantha takes that shot, and what a save by Gibson, as that will be cleared out by the New York Islanders with 1:08 remaining in the power play. Bigra over to Keetle. Keetle up to Mantha for the New York Rangers. Back to Keetle. Keetle in the middle with the shot. A great save by Gibson. Keetle takes that again, dumps it down low. Duret, but Mantha has it as Gibson makes the great save right in front of the net. Here we go. Mueller and Toews out there against Skinner, Rita, and Buchnevich. Rita on the face-off against Toews. And Toews will lose that to Pionk. Not to Pionk, but the puck got to Pionk. Hayek with the shot that goes wide, and a laser that was of a shot. And Skinner is absolutely crushed by Brady Shea. My goodness, and Gibson will have to glove that once again. And what a hit by Brady Shea, the former New York Ranger. Just leveling out Jeff Skinner. Oh my, let's see this. Oh man, he is just absolutely flattened. As Commodore out there now with Toews. Skinner, Rita, and Buchnevich still out there for the New York Rangers, and taken by Riley, but now taken by Buchnevich on the boards. And taken by Hayek down low. And looks like Commodore was trying to clear that there, but could not as the puck was out of his reach. Skinner over to Hayek. Hayek with a shot from the point that goes wide, and Pulock will clear for the New York Islanders with 13 seconds remaining on the New York Rangers power play. Pionk having some trouble down low, as I believe that is Commodore creating some havoc down low behind the New York Rangers goal, as Buchnevich takes that for the Rangers. Back to the point, and Skinner will take that shot that goes high and wide in the net. And Jankowski will get it to Riley, and the penalty kill is over for the New York Islanders, as Strike has that in the zone and tried to get it over to Riley, but intercepted by Rita, and Skinner the other way. Skinner has a possible 2-on-2 here, as Skinner takes that shot, and great save by Gibson. And Skinner with another opportunity, as Gibson will get that in his pads as well, as the New York Islanders are still up 3-0 in the period with 10:16 remaining. As the New York Rangers looking for anything here offensively, as Gibson is just shutting the door right now on them. Making save after save after save. Especially after that 5-on-3 power play, my goodness. So second line out there now, Strike, Commodore, Ho-Sang, and I believe I saw Dobson and Wild, that would be. Yeah, Bodie Wild as well. Santini over to Pionk for Pasternak in the middle for, I believe that was Keetle who had the great opportunity. As Ho-Sang gets to Commodore. Over to Dobson. Dobson with the shot, and Strike gets the goal for a 4-0 lead. My goodness. The 50 goal scorer from last year gets, I believe that would be his first of the season. As, yeah, they all get together and up 4-0 now. Not really too much of a reason to celebrate too hard. As you see Sparky just standing there. Yep, Bennett Strike's second goal of the season, actually. Second goal tonight, as it is the first game of the season. And a nice shot by Dobson, and the Rangers goaltender Georgiev just leaves the rebound there for Bennett Strike. You never want to do that. as he just puts it home and puts the Islanders up 4-0. Very nice. And Georgiev is being taken out by the New York Rangers. Takes the skate of shame for number 31. Didn't see the name. Nielsen, it looks like. So, yeah, we are clearly in control of this game, and I don't see any reason why the New York Rangers would be coming back at this point. So let's just close her out here, boys. All right, Wahlstrom takes that puck into the zone. Wahlstrom takes the shot, and Nielsen is unable to control the rebound, but his team gets it out for him. Nemesnikov up to Sobotka. Sobotka in down low behind the Islanders' goal, and winds it around the boards, and Shalin has that for New York. As Wild will get it around the boards as well, but finds Nemesnikov instead. Nemesnikov with the shot, and that will be saved by John Gibson. Sobotka with another shot that goes wide in the net, and Dobson gets it over to Wild. Wild up for Barzell, up to Mueller. And Mueller over to Wahlstrom, and they play catch a little bit as Mueller tries to get around the Rangers defenseman Shalin, but Brown takes it instead for the New York Rangers, and up for Elias Anderson. But Brown with the shot on Gibson, who makes another outstanding glove save. My goodness. Gibson is standing on his head in this game. Even though he doesn't necessarily need to at this point, he is still making saves left and right. What a guy is John Gibson. Ottoson, Toews, and Ragnarsson out there now for your New York Islanders. Toews loses that faceoff, so he hasn't been doing too well in the faceoff circle so far today. As Ragnarsson will take that up for New York, number 94. Gets that deep where Toews meets Bigra, but the Islanders are unable to get it as Nussbaumer the other way. Nussbaumer, power move over to Howden. Howden takes that shot, and I believe that clipped the glove of John Gibson. My goodness, Bennett Strite, one goal away from a hat trick. Unfortunately, I don't believe the Rangers will pull their goalie at this point, as it is 4-0. But, hey, you never know. He still has a little bit of time, especially if he gets out there for one more shift. Shalin will take that for New York. Back to Howden. Back over to Shalin. Has a little puck battle right there in front of the net as Ottoson will take that and lose it to number 25 of the Rangers. He will take a shot that goes wide. Nussbaumer and gets it over to a guy in the middle there who takes that shot. And Ottoson will get it to Toews. Bigra will get it back for the New York Rangers. And Toews takes it away. Very nice. And Stride is back on. Maybe he could get one more goal here for the hat trick with 30 seconds remaining. Even though the Rangers won't pull their goaltender, but still, he's out there. And he is always dangerous whenever Bennett Strite is out there. So, Shea up to Strite. Strite, the 50-goal man from last year, looking for his options. Finds Shea. Over to Ragnarsson, I believe that was, and that was blocked in front by a New York Ranger, and we are closing out this game very nicely. 4 seconds remaining. Strite, one more shot. Does he have it in him? No, he does not, but Commodore does, and he gets that shot, but does not get the goal. But that is fine as we win this game 4-0. Great shout out for John Gibson. Great overall play by the team. Other than that 5-on-3, of course. But, hey, we got the job done. That's all that really matters at this point. And, yep, there you go. Alright, so let's get back to the simulation here. We will go one more month. Well, I guess we haven't really gone too far into it yet. We'll just go the entire month of October, and we'll see what happens as we start out the season on a very good note with a 4-0 shutout victory against the New York Rangers. Then against Buffalo, Rafael Pouliot has been injured with an abdominal strain until October 21st. That's unfortunate for him. First line center of the AHL. Hopefully he gets better soon. 2-1 loss against the Sabres. Not too big of a deal. Our defense showed up, only 2 goals against. Not too worried about that. And there you go, 4-1 victory against the Arizona Coyotes. Definitely looking better defensively so far this year, but now that I've said that, we're probably going to let up 8 goals in the next game against Vegas. And we don't, but we still let in 4, so, that's not too great. We'll check this scouting class, I guess, like 2 months in, because we're not really too concerned about the draft at this point. We're really just drafting for value. Rafael Pouliot is available. I'll get him in once the simulation is done. Presuming I don't forget. 3-2 victory against the Montreal Canadiens. So we're looking pretty good so far to start out the season. Only one particularly bad game against the Vegas Golden Knights so far with the 4 goals against. But I'm not too concerned about that as long as it doesn't happen too often. Another game against Vegas here. And, of course, we get the shutout victory. There you go. That is what I'm talking about. And your New York Islanders are 8-2-0 to end October, so very solid start to the year. There was only really one game I was concerned about. That was that game against Vegas where we let in 4. And even against Anaheim, we let in 4, but at least the offense showed up in that one. I don't see too much to complain about, honestly. So we'll continue in the simulation, but I am going to check the stats really quick here. Bennett Strite, 11 points. Fantastic start to the season for him. We are currently 2nd in the Metropolitan Division, so that's always good. We'll check out the player stats for other guys. Mike Commodore with an amazing start to the season as well with 11 points. Wallstrom, 9 points. Ottoson with 7. Mueller with 7. Ragnarsson with 6. Toews with 6. Barzal only with 5. But, I mean, hey, as long as someone doing the point scoring, I could care less who gets it. Ho-Sang with 5. Jankowski with 4. Shea with 4. Riley with 4. A lot of depth scoring here so far to start the season. Bodie Wild with 3. 1 goal as well. Noah Dobson with 3. Durrett with 3. When was the last time Durrett had 3 points in 1 month? Jeez. His career high is 12. He might have 20 points this year. You never know. It's looking like a career year here for Pascal Durrett, as he's also getting more ice time though as well. So I guess that makes sense slightly. It's not doing too shabby so far this year. Tim Cizek with 2 points. Ryan Pulick with 2. Beauvillier with 1. And then Dzingel and Pavelski and Graba, of course, have not played any games. So everyone who's played a game has had at least 1 point. So that's good. And then is anyone a minus? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Barzal, really? -1. And then Beauvillier +1. Wallstrom as well. And then Mueller, Cizek, and Jankowski +2. And then Ottoson, Ragnarsson, and Riley +4. A bunch of guys +5 with Durrett, Dobson, Wild, and Toews. Yeah, Toews has definitely helped our defensive efforts so far this year. Shea with a +6, Pulick +7, and then Ho-Sang, Strite +9, and then Commodore +10. Wow, he is really doing well so far this year. Wallstrom with 44 shots to Commodore, Strite, and Ragnarsson all with 24. Jeez. Power play points, let's see how that's doing so far. Wallstrom with 4, Mueller with 3, Barzal with 2. Any shorties so far this year? Well, not time on ice. No, it doesn't look like it. All right, that's fine. Face-offs. Let's see. Cizek, 80% so far on 5, so that's not too bad. Jonathan Toews doing what we got him to do. Take face-offs, 51.3. All of our other centers seem to be struggling a little bit. Barzal, 49.4. Jankowski, 49.3. And then Beauvillier, 46%. Commodore, only 41.5. Commodore doesn't appear to be too good on the face-offs now, unfortunately. As opposed to how he was last year. Like, even last year, he wasn't that great, but at least he didn't regress last year, but he definitely regressed this year so far. How's Commodore looking? Actually, he's at 83 overall. He's actually very solid. And then goaltenders, let's see. Gibson, 943 save percentage. He is on fire to start the season. I don't think he's ever done that so far for us. Up until now, obviously. But he has been fantastic so far to start the season. That is amazing. And look at that, actually. Something I just noticed. Gibson and Hutchinson were drafted at the exact same spot. Just 8 years later. Oh my. Fun fact of the day. And Jason Hutchinson, in his only start, has gotten a win. 900 save percentage, but don't think he cared about that as he got his first NHL win. So I believe that was his first NHL win, actually. Yeah, that was his first NHL win, because his only start last year, he got a loss. So yeah, good for him. And yeah, that is about it for player stats. We'll check out the team stats. Then after that, we'll get Rafael Pouliot back in for the AHL. All right, so goals for per game. We are currently sitting in second, 3.3. Very good. And goals against per game, 1.9 for your New York Islanders. Oh, man, that is looking great. Power play, we are third in the division, 22.2. Not too shabby. Penalty kill, okay. We're third in the division. Not where I would like it to be. At an 81.3, but it's, I guess it's better than most of these other teams in our division here. Only New Jersey and Carolina have a better penalty kill, and they've only had 26 and 28 opportunities. We've had 32. So hopefully we can get up there. along with them. But then again, they'll obviously come back down to earth, especially Carolina, 96.2%. That's just so not happening by the end of the season. But still a very good start for your New York Islanders, nonetheless. And let's see. Yeah, we have to put Pouliot back in there for the AHL lineup. So let's do that right now. He's an important part for the AHL. We may as well check the overalls of all these prospects as well. So Hines is a 74. That's good. Depth forward. Raphael Pouliot, minor checking forward, 76. Pekka Ryan is a 76 as well. Let's see. Anyone else? I think Esteban Lynn is a prospect of ours. Yeah, I'm not even sure if he's a low elite anymore. Defensively, John Toiber is a 79 overall. So he is technically a top 6. So how is... okay, so Artyukin is a 62. So he's going to take a little bit. And then in the NHL, let's see. Beauvillier 81. Jankowski's actually an 84. Ooh. Huh. So Toews is an 84 as well. So I guess that would explain how we've been doing well so far defensively anyway. Czek's an 82. So he's a third line scorer now. Ryderson 84. Ottoson 83. Streit is an 88 now. Mueller 89. We're looking good. Wallstrom, very well deserved 89 overall with that 52 goal season from last year. We're looking good. And there you go. Pascal Durat. Top 2 defenseman, boys. That's what I'm talking about. 89 overall, along with Morgan Rielly. This was the plan the entire time. Rielly, along with Durat. That is a filthy top 2 defensive pair. And then Brady Shea even. We have 3 top 2 defensemen. So, and then Ryan Pulock, of course, is solid. Noah Dobson, solid. And Bodie Wild has been doing well so far in his rookie campaign. So, yeah, really not much to complain about. So, we will go 1 more month. And then we will check out the rookie draft class, and then we'll end things off. So, going up to the first here of December. So, Carolina, we have a Josh Ho-Sang injury with an injured shoulder until November 9th. Ooh. I don't want to do assistant coach replaces player on that. That's a big player, so... we're going to do this manually here. So, Commodore and Streit. I guess Commodore's been doing well for Streit here because he's been getting those assists along with him. So, maybe I want to put a defensive player there. Well, first of all, we'll fill in Ryan Dzingel, who's a left winger. Where's Dzingel? Okay, so apparently... you just have to go to scratched here. I thought you would just be able to, go to centers and then put Dzingel in, but apparently not. So, what are we going to do here? If we put Ragnarsson up here, then we take away the scoring from the third line of Toews and Ottoson. Maybe Czek on the second line, give him an opportunity, or maybe even Beauvillier, since he's played second line before. How's he doing so far? 1 assist. What's his takeaway giveaway ratio looking like? Not too bad. Only 2 hits, though. That's very unusual for Beauvillier to be this unphysical. So, I guess I'll try him on the second line again. And I'll put him at center since Commodore has been struggling on the faceoffs a little bit. Then Dzingel will be with Jankowski and Czek. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Because I don't want to change up too much, So, power play, don't want Dzingel there. Streit, Commodore, Mueller, Barzal, Wallstrom, Czek, Ragnarsson. Yep, there you go. 4-man power play, that's fine. Extras, 4-on-4, Barzal, Wallstrom, Streit, Wallstrom, Mueller, Ragnarsson. So, Barzal, Wallstrom, Mueller, Ragnarsson, Streit, and... let's see. I guess Czek. I'll try Czek here with Streit. Then 3-on-3. Barzal, Wallstrom, Streit, Mueller. Yeah, this will be Czek as well. Want to give him an opportunity to grow. And I believe that should be it. And, oh, Jason Hutchinson is an 82 overall now, so that's good to know. He is at least... oh, his role as a starting goaltender. Oh, that could get a little interesting with John Gibson somewhere down the line here. So, yeah, that is looking good. I mean, obviously not good without Josh Ho-Sang, but hopefully we can continue this winning streak that we're on, and we continue it with wins against Carolina and Montreal. 2 solid wins. Ho-Sang's back, but I'll leave him out until the game against San Jose just to make sure that he's fully back. And what a win. What a defensive effort so far these past 4 games. Look at this. I don't know if I want to put Ho-Sang back in. I mean, I know he's a good player, but just with how well this team has been clicking as the past 4 games with Ho-Sang injured, I'll give him one more game without Ho-Sang. We'll see what they can do against San Jose. And San Jose is a good team too, so that'll be a good test. Ooh, 5-2. Sorry, Ho-Sang, I'm going to have to leave you scratched for right now. This team is on a roll, and all right, 5-3. I just want to see how long we can go without Josh Ho-Sang. It'd be interesting to see if we really need him or not. Okay, so Ho-Sang is going to get back in now with this injury to Ludvig Ottoson until December 3rd. Obviously, so that was a good experiment right there. But obviously, very good defensively are the New York Islanders now. So we'll get him back on the second line with Commodore and Strite. And then I guess it would be Beauvillier with Toews and Ragnarsson. How's Beauvillier doing on faceoffs as of right now? 17 games in. He has a 47.7, so I'm going to leave Toews in the middle with Ragnarsson. Yeah, that looks good. And then scratched, obviously, is Ludvig Ottoson, who hopefully gets back soon. I saw sometime in December is when he is getting back, so that's a solid 2-week injury at least. So 5-4 overtime victory against the Florida Panthers. So obviously not as good defensively as we've been without Ho-Sang, but hey, we're still a very good team. 15-2 so far on the season are your New York Islanders. So that is absolutely fantastic. Reardon has been injured. That's the minors depth defenseman, so don't really care too much. 3-0 shutout victory against the Red Wings. Shootout win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. My goodness. 3-0 shutout victory against the Chicago Blackhawks. 7-2 victory against the Ottawa Senators. What is going on here? This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Pittsburgh, 4-1 win. Oh my goodness. I think we've created a super team here, boys. I think we have created a super team with signing Jonathan Toews. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Is that a winless, or is, I can't even talk. Is that a lossless month? I believe that is a lossless month. 2-1 win, 3-1 win, 5-1 win, 3-0 win, 5-2 win, 5-3 win, 5-4 overtime win, 3-0 win, 2-1 shootout win, 3-0 win, 7-2 win, 4-1 win, 2-1 shootout win, and 4-1 win. That is a lossless month for the New York Islanders. 22-2. 2 months in. Oh my goodness. We might actually have a chance. I'm not going to say it, but I think you guys know what I'm thinking. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a start to the season for your New York Islanders. I'm just going to keep going. I honestly, there's no reason to stop at this point. There's no reason. Oh my. What a simulation so far. Let's go. New Jersey. And of course it's broken up by a loss to the New Jersey Devils. But you know what? Still an amazing run by the New York Islanders. And actually, no, I got so caught up in the winning streak, I forgot about the draft class. So, Valesi, Bomek, Sweeney, Parks, and Yasu are the top 5 for this year. So it looks like our scouts have actually done a pretty decent job, at least with the top 10. But these guys all down here. Yeah, so I'm going to, real quick, before we continue the simulation, I'm going to assign the scout just so that we don't have to be making any shots in the dark in the draft this upcoming year. Not that we necessarily need the draft at this point, but we're still going to make sure that we do our due diligence here. Okay, so I've finished assigning the scouts. Let's get back to the simulation. And we'll see if we can really build upon that amazing winning streak. That was fantastic. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, we just continue it. Look at this. Look at this. Overtime win against the Winnipeg Jets. 3-1 win against the Carolina Hurricanes. 2-1 shootout win against the Detroit Red Wings. overtime loss against the Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, so we got a point out of it. But, man, we just keep rolling. 4-1 win against the Blues. 3-1 loss against the Senators. So this month obviously not as great as November. I don't think any month from now on will be as good as November was. But still, it looks like a pretty solid month ahead. 6-3 win to the LA Kings. 4-3 loss against the New York Rangers. 4-3 win. So a little bit of a back and forth type month here. But you know what? After winning, how many was it in a row? Like 12 or 15 or something like that. You know, that's perfectly fine with me. I mean, unless, you know, we're going for a 70-win season here, but I don't believe that's ever happened. So, 6-2 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs, or against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then 3-1 win against the Wild. And we finish off December 31-6-1. That's phenomenal. We're just going to keep going because there's really no reason to stop here. And this video is going to be a long one, but I don't really care because we're rolling. As I said, we are just looking good. A 4-3 loss against the Predators, that's fine as long as we can balance that out with some wins here. We should be just fine, especially after that winning streak in November. That was historical. Oh my goodness. Boston, 2-1 loss, so we're getting some losses here. I don't like that. There you go. Nice win against the LA Kings. A loss against the Calgary Flames. So we're starting to trail off a little bit. Might have to shake something up a little bit. Edmonton, that is a loss as well. Come on, boys. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. There you go. 2-1 win. And then going into the break, here we have a come on now. Stop being slow. We have a trade offer. Stop being slow. We have a 3-1 win. There you go. Okay. So 36-11-1 going into our extended break. Our bye week, I should say. So again, as long as we can keep up a decent ratio, we should be fine at this point. I mean, there's no doubt that we're making the playoffs. It's just a matter of how many wins can we get to at this point. We're already at 38, so we're looking very good. We'll get up to the trade deadline here because I think that was just a rough patch. You know, that every team has a rough patch. You're not going to really avoid those no matter how good your team is. So we're going to just keep going here because, yeah, we just keep – I mean – that was a rough patch for sure because we've obviously rebounded here at this point. 41 wins already, 5-0 win against the Boston Bruins. I mean, we're too good. We're good. We're very good. And of course, as I say that, we get a 7-4 loss against the Florida Panthers. But again, one of those games, they're going to happen once in a while as we get a 4-2 victory against the New Jersey Devils, a 3-2 overtime victory against the Anaheim Ducks. We're fine. We're perfectly fine. Vancouver, we have a 3-2 overtime win. Columbus, they're pretty good. We have a 4-3 win. There you go. Yeah. I mean, we might win 50 games. I was about to say we might win 50 games before the trade deadline, but now that's not possible. We could still get to 49 though, so you know, that's outstanding. As Jordan Eberle was offered to us in the trade just now, but we are not looking to make any trades as of right now, as this team is just fantastic, for a lack of a better term. No decline trade. New Jersey, we have a 7-5 win. Okay, so one of our more offensive victories so far this season, for sure. Game against Pittsburgh is not going to be simulated because that's the day before the trade deadline. So 47-14-1 going to the trade deadline. I'm not going to say it, but I think you guys know what I'm thinking. So let's just hope that is able to happen because there's really no reason to make any trades right now. There's absolutely no reason. I mean, we're first in the Metro. We're first in the Eastern Conference by a long shot. Oh my goodness. I mean, the closest team to us is Pittsburgh. They have 39 wins and 18 losses and 4 overtime losses at 82 points. We have 47-14-1 at 95. Detroit's at 76 points. And we are by far the favorite for the President's Trophy. So there's really no reason to make any trades. Everyone's clicking. Barzell's over a point a game now. So there's I don't want to change any lines. I don't want to make any trades. This team is perfect. Just as of right now, this team is perfect. So we just go on the rest of the season. Shootout loss to Pittsburgh. That's fine. Tampa Bay. Overtime loss. There's a victory against Buffalo. Come on now. There you go. 3-2 win against the Boston Bruins. 4-3 loss against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not what I like to see. At 18 losses now. Please, no. There's a loss against the Penguins. There's a win against the Ottawa Senators, 5-1. 6-2 win against the Rangers. All right, we're at 50 wins now, 52. There's a shutout victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll look at the draft class later. We have a 7-1 win against Minnesota. That's what I like to see. A 6-1 loss against the New Jersey Devils. That's not what I like to see. At least not in this universe. And followed up by a loss against the Philadelphia Flyers, but a win against the Stars and a win against the Blackhawks. And a loss against the Blue Jackets. So, all right, hold on. Pause. You ruined it, Sim. You ruined it. I was about to say we have a shot at the 60-win season, but no. That slight losing streak there that we went on near the trade deadline, shootout loss, overtime loss against Pittsburgh, and then loss against New Jersey, and loss, that ruined it, and the loss against Dallas, obviously. So we had a shot at that 16-win season, but the EA just didn't want it to happen. It was so close. So close. Watch us get to 59. There's a loss there against Toronto. And Enroth is injured. That's the AHL. Come on now, EA. What is this? I want to see the sim. And, okay, 58 figures. So we had a better record than last year, but I would have really loved to see that 60 there. Oh my goodness. That's only happened, what, once or twice in channel history? So, still a very good year. By all means, 100. Wow, the Pittsburgh Penguins almost caught up to us. 114 points for them. We still got the President's Trophy for sure. Yeah, 119 points, but wow, Pittsburgh, they're looking good in the second half of this season. So let's see, because we were miles ahead of them at, I believe it was the trade deadline that we were miles ahead of them. We were like 13, 14, 15 points ahead, and they were close to catching up. So, final season stats, Wahlstrom has another 50-goal season. Bennestreit, not as much as he had the last year, but, still a pretty good season from him. 64 points, 36 goals. Really can't complain. 223 shots, so he had a lot. He had much fewer shots than he took last year, but still at that 16.1 shooting percentage, so he looks, he looks to be a sniper, absolute sniper. Obviously, Wahlstrom with that 50-goal season once again. What a stud. Barzal with 67 assists and 86 points. Mueller with another 60-point season, so really can't complain from him. He's been solid, Mr. Consistency his whole career so far. Going back to his rookie year. Ragnarsson with 51 points. I believe that's the first time he's hit 50. Yes, it is. So, good for him. Good third season for him. Mike Commodore with 43. That is a 20-goal season for him. That is his first 20-goal season as well. So, everyone looking good here. Jonathan Toews, 43 points. Obviously, not as much points as he had last year with Chicago, but he played third line this year. He also played penalty kill. He didn't have power play time, so that's understandable. A significant decrease in ice time, but he won a lot of faceoffs for us, and he had a pretty, it wasn't great, but he had a good ratio for a forward, pretty much even. Brady Shea with 41 points, Morgan Riley with 39, Cizek with 38 points in his sophomore campaign. So not too shabby for Tim Cizek. Definite improvement over last year. He's looking pretty solid to take the reins of this team, at least for the third line for next year. Josh Hosang only with 37 points in 76 games. That's a very unusual season for him. He's usually around the 60-point mark, but I guess just a bit of an off year for him. But you know what? We had other guys like Matt Barzal dishing out the puck. Andreas Mueller had 48 assists, so there's really no lack of offense here. Just a lot of depth, and Ho-Sang was just one of them who trailed off slightly due to the, I guess, the simulation needed to give the assist to somebody, and they gave it to Mueller and Barzell. So as a result, and also Shea and Riley, so as a result, Ho-Sang kind of trailed off a little bit. And then Jankowski with 29, Beauvillier 27, Dzingel 20, Durette with 19. So almost to that 20-point eclipse was Pascal Durette. He definitely improved over last year, plus 32 as well. Yeah, defensive defenseman, can't do much about that. 176 hits. Pretty solid season from him. Bodie Wild, his rookie season, 18 points, 81 overall, 9 goals, 9 assists. Not too shabby. Bodie Wild, Noah Dobson with 15 points. Brian Pulick with 13 points. Ottoson with 9 in 17. Ottoson. Oh, I forgot to put Ottoson back in. Okay. Well, that might have helped our losing streak there. Pavelski didn't play any games. Greiber didn't play any. So Dzingel, let's see how he did, as opposed to if I kept Ottoson in there. Well, he didn't do too bad. 28 takeaways, 24 giveaways, 61 hits. So I guess you can't complain from Ryan Dzingel, but oh man, that's just one of those mistakes that you kind of obviously regret, but you know, in the moment we were winning so many games, I didn't really want to change anything. So John Gibson, solid season, 927 save percentage from him, 7 shutouts, 2.15 goals against average. And Jason Hutchinson, very solid rookie season from him, 933 save percentage, 1 shutout, 13 wins in 19 games, 190 goals against average. Really cannot complain from either of our goaltenders. 1 assist for Gibson. Looking good, looking good. We'll check out the AHL here. Dowd Hines with 59 points, 75 overall now. Very nice from him. Yeah, nice ratio there. 109 hits, looking good. Jani Pekarainen with a 54-point season, 77 overall now is he. So good season from him as well. Rafael Pouliot, 77 overall. Got really physical down there. Better face-off taker now as well with the increased ice time. 39 points, minus 15, but not too concerned about that. John Teuber with 38 points in the AHL. So definitely getting ready for the NHL next year is John Teuber. Although we have a plethora of defensemen now, so I'm not sure where he would fit in, to be honest. And then goaltenders, let's see how Oda did. Only a 900 save percentage in 41 games played. Maybe that's the team, maybe that's him, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, a good season, a very good season overall for the New York Islanders. So that'll be about it. This video has already gone super long in terms of the recording time. We're already at an hour 16 right now. Oh my goodness. I think that is the longest recording time I've had in quite a while, if not ever. So, but again, I didn't want to end it just because it was just, things have been going so well. So I guess in the next one, we will see, well, actually, we'll see where they are in the playoffs now, and we will get to the playoffs in year number 6, and it is going to be against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, that's a good matchup, boys. Johnny T. John Tavares makes his return to Long Island, and what's funny about that is we actually have another Johnny T of our own, Jonathan Toews. So the battle of the Johnny T's, the battle of the former New York Islander, and I don't know where I was going with that, but you know what I mean. John Tavares makes his return to Long Island, and we have a great matchup ahead of you. So in the first round, we have Tampa Bay versus Columbus, Detroit versus Ottawa, Pittsburgh versus Carolina, and your New York Islanders versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in the West, we have Vancouver versus Dallas, Edmonton versus San Jose, Chicago versus LA, and St. Louis versus Colorado. So with that, wind it off here, and I'll see you guys on the next one in the Year 6 playoffs against the Toronto Maple Leafs. See you guys then.